Every year, homelessness becomes a bigger problem as more Americans find themselves without a home and also with very few options as to where they can go. But one Thurston County program designed to place homeless people in tiny homes is continuing to thrive, and it could be the wave of the future for many communities that are struggling with how to tackle their homeless problems. Quixote Village in Olympia is operating into its fourth year, and it's allowing up to 30 homeless citizens to live in small 144 square foot cottages and have access to a community building with showers, a laundry facility, and a kitchen.
Each cottage has its own half bath, toilet and sink. Basically one room, but with a separable bathroom area with bed and a desk sort of thing in it. Each cottage also has its own plot of land, very small, but out front of the cottage, as well as a front porch. But the plot of land is for gardening purposes, whatever.
The 2.7 acres of land include the 30 cottages, a community building, and a large vegetable garden that's maintained by village residents. Quixote Village organizers say this village isn't just about giving a home to somebody without a place to live. It's also about giving them a second chance and a possibility at a much better life.
You know, we've housed, in the 3 years, I think total with, people moving out and stuff, 50-some people, I think is the number we're at right now. And some of the people have been here since we opened, and they, I hear it constantly every day that, this is a great situation for them. And yeah, people can get picky about things and the Wi-Fi is too slow or this or that, but ultimately they know that they're not sleeping on the streets anymore.
The village was funded mainly by the Washington State Department of Commerce's Housing Trust Fund and through generous grants and community donations from groups that include the Nisqually and Chehalis tribes and the Boeing Employees Fund.
Well, Ponza began in the context of Camp Quixote back in 2008. Camp Quixote was a tent camp on church grounds at that time, and there was a need for a support group that would provide logistics, some legal help, some funding as well. But it came together out of many of the members of the faith community churches that were supporting the effort, and eventually it formed as Ponza.
Though this is a new and rather small concept, there's a lot of hope being generated that Quixote Village could someday be something so much bigger.
Now they're providing for themselves as they learn basically more about diet and all, and various ways of taking care of each other that have built up over the time. And without that, I think we would not probably still be here. There's a lot of interpersonal dynamics that can get away from you if you're not, one, have excellent staff on hand like we do, and two, have an environment where things like community can develop.
For Northwest Now Digital First, I'm Chris Anderson.